Airplanes, the fastest mode of transportation currently in the world, with an average speed of 880 to 926 km per hour. This airplane fly over an average altitude of 10 km from the ground. There are many airplanes and majority of the planes are operated by Boeing and Airbus. Airplanes may be large on the basis of wingspan, length, passenger capacity and many more. Let's talk about the top 10 largest passenger airplanes in the world. Starting from the 10th position is Airbus A330-300 that has a wingspan of about 60.3 meter and has an overall length of 63.66 meter. This airplane has a maximum range of 11,750 kilometers. The longest flight route operated by Airbus A330-300 is from Amsterdam to Portland, covering a distance of about 8,000 kilometers in 10 hours 25 minutes. The maximum passenger capacity of this plane is 440, but typical seating capacity is around 250 to 290 passengers. Ninth, Airbus A340-300 that has a wingspan of about 60.3 meter and has an overall length of 63.69 meter. This airplane took its first flight in 1991. The airplane comes with the maximum range of 13,500 kilometers. One of the longest operating flight route of Airbus A340-300 is from Frankfurt to Chicago, covering a distance of about 7,000 kilometers in 9 hours 35 minutes. The maximum seating capacity of this plane is 440, but typical seating capacity is same as that of Airbus A330-300, around 250 to 290 passengers. Number 8. Airbus A340-500 that has a wingspan of about 63.45 meter and an overall length of 68 meter. This airplane comes with the maximum range of 16,670 kilometers. The longest operating flight route is from New York to Singapore, which is non-stop without refueling, that covers a distance of about 15,330 kilometers in 18 hours. This airplane took its first flight in 2002. It has a maximum seating capacity of 440 passengers, but the typical seating capacity is around 270 to 310 passengers. Number 7. Boeing 777-200LR that has a wingspan of about 64.8 meter and an overall length of about 63.7 meter. This airplane comes with the maximum range of about 15,843 kilometers, and the longest operating flight route of Boeing 777-200LR is from Bengaluru to San Francisco, covering a distance of about 14,000 kilometers in 16 hours. It has a maximum seating capacity of around 440 passengers, but typical seating capacity is around 317 passengers. Number 6. Airbus A350-900 that has a wingspan of about 65 meter and an overall length of 67 meter. This airplane has a maximum range of 15,372 kilometers. The longest operating flight route also traveled from New York to Singapore, covering a distance of about 15,200 kilometers in 17 hours. This airplane comes with the maximum seating capacity of 440 passengers, but typical seating is around 300 to 350 passengers. Number 5. Airbus A340-600 that has a wingspan of about 63.45 meter and an overall length of about 75.36 meter. This airplane has a maximum range of 14,440 kilometers. One of the longest operating flight route of this aircraft is from New York to Johannesburg, covering a distance of about 12,879 kilometers in 14 hours and 35 minutes. Airbus A340-600 is the largest capacity member of a A340 family, with a maximum seating capacity of around 475 passengers, but typical seating capacity is around 320 to 370 passengers. Number 4. Boeing 777-300ER, which has a wingspan of about 64.8 meter and an overall length of 73.9 meter. This airplane has a maximum range of about 13,649 kilometers. Emirates Airline is planning to operate Boeing 777-300ER to the one of the longest operating route from Dubai to Auckland, covering a distance of about 14,200 kilometers in 15 hours and 45 minutes. It has a maximum seating capacity of around 550 passengers, but typical seating capacity is around 392 passengers, which is far more than the previous ones. Number 3. Boeing 747-400 which has a wingspan of about 64.44 meter and an overall length of 71 meter. This airplane has a maximum range of 13,649 kilometers. In 1989, Qantas Boeing 747-400 sets a world record for traveling from London to Sydney, covering a distance of about 18,000 kilometers in 20 hours. You may think that this plane has a maximum range of 13,649 km, so how did it fly such long distance route? The reason is that the Qantas flight Boeing 747-400 was carrying only 23 passengers and has a special fuel to reach such long route. It can carry maximum 416 passengers. Number 2. Boeing 747-8 that has a wingspan of about 68.45 meter and an overall length of 76.25 meter. This airplane is the largest airplane in the Boeing family, having a maximum range of about 15,000 kilometers. The longest flight route of Boeing 747-8 is from Atlanta to Seoul, covering a distance of about 11,510 kilometers. That takes 15 hours 40 minutes to complete this journey. It can carry maximum 467 passengers. And number 1 is Airbus A380. This aircraft is the world's largest passenger aircraft, having a wingspan of about 80 meter and an overall length of 73 meter. This aircraft has a maximum range of about 15,000 kilometers. The longest flight route operated by Airbus A380 is from Dubai to Auckland, covering a distance of about 14,200 kilometers in 16 hours 30 minutes. Airbus A380 is a double-decker aircraft with a maximum seating capacity of 853 passengers, with 538 passengers on main deck and 330 passengers on upper deck. So these were the top 10 largest passenger aircraft operated in the world currently. If you want to know the top 10 longest flight route in the world, you can watch the video on the channel. I hope you have liked it. Thank you.